Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-August 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Taurus collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's see what's going on here, my guides. Talk to me about the Taurus as we move through August. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end of the reading, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock. Let's see what we have for Taurus, please. My guides. There we go. That card did like a whole tumble out of my hand. Let's get it going here. All right, so this is very interesting. This is a card that doesn't come out often. It's a card with twins on it, both looking out the same exact mask. I do link this to the sign of Gemini, even though this is an oracle card, but it's all about perspective. That's a big thing with this card. Now, before we really dive too much deeper into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. Extremely interesting, if I do say so myself. We have these two twin-like individuals. So yes, once again, some of you might be connected to Gemini, where there's one of importance that Spirit is highlighting. But if that's not it, when I see this card, they're both looking through the same mask. So whatever things you're going through right now, whether times are good, tough, or indifferent, Spirit could be asking you to really change your perspective on something. A lot of times when we go through issues, problems, tough times, good times, it's very beneficial for us to take the outside looking in type of view. Like, yes, it's very easy for us to get caught up in things and just expect what we want, expect what we expect, but are we looking at situations from other people's point of view? Maybe you want someone to see something from your side, or just take yourself out of the situation and view it from a different angle, especially if you're going through things that are quite difficult, where it's hard to navigate. Spirit is asking you to possibly take another approach, or if you're not wanting someone to see something from your side, you need to ask someone, say, hey, have some empathy here. See this from my angle. So to me, this is a card that's all about perspectives, okay? So whether it's a major thing, whether it's a minor thing, changing your perspective could have a lot of benefits. Take that for what it's worth, my friends. Let's get into tarot. And yes, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get you 3 of these in the upright before we get that intuitive juiciness going. Shuffle it up here for Taurus, please, my guys. Talk to me. And while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. Okay, a little bit of a red flag in last week's reading. It was titled Beware of This Person. I believe we had the Devil card showing up possibly. So there was a warning from Spirit about a very particular individual. Okay, I'm not sure if that hit for everybody, but there was that warning going out. Like, there is someone that you should be keeping an eye on in last week's reading. And you know me, I'm not a fear monger. We're just going to leave that in last week and hope for some positivity this week. Because as you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get you 3 cards now. What do we got for Taurus here in mid-August, please? Thank you. 7 of Pentacles. So we do have karmic energy showing up for you. Interesting. It could be a patient type of energy. It could be something coming in. I do like the 7 of Pentacles. It's one of my favorite cards. Let's get you 2 more. I feel like it's a fair and balanced type of energy. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. Lots of Pentacle energy here, my friends. Big earthy vibes, which you are very comfortable in. So this might be a pretty decent one. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves just yet, though. 3 of Pentacles is nice. Could be work situations even. What do we got here? Okay, we have the Star, positive. So this is interesting. We have a lot of universal energy showing up here as well. It's like we have the macro and the micro for some reason. I'm getting that vibe intuitively already. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get that juicy intuitive stuff going. And when I mention macro and micro, let's just at first glance before we break it down. I feel like the 7 of Pentacles and the Star are more universal type of energy, big picture type of energy, broad sweeping, whereas the 3 of Pentacles is more like micro, like your day-to-day life or just little interpersonal things. So you see what I mean. As we look at the elements here, we are based with 2 pentacles. So like I said, Earth, you're very comfortable with that. Pentacles are an outer expression of energy, not so much inside oneself. So we think of work, we think of money, we think of finances, living situations, family. That's what we think of with pentacles. It's long-lasting energy. It's things that are going to take a while to either resolve or to come in. But these are positive. I like it. You might just be all about your pentacles. You might be all about your money in this time, more so than usual. And the star is a card of the future. To me, it's a card of hope. It's a card of the future. But let's go through one by one real quick. Seven of Pentacles. To me, you see this person, they're waiting next to that bush. In the minor aspects, this card could represent a connection to nature. Spirit could be asking you to get out into nature and absorb some of that energy. But generally, this is seen as a card of patience, waiting on those pentacles to grow, those crops to grow before you could harvest them. This could be a card of rewards or your patience being rewarded in some sort of way. However, I do say this is one of my most karmic cards, right up there with Lady Justice. This card tells us you reap what you sow. What you put forth, you get back in return. So when we have multiple universal energies here, we could be looking at karmic themes and archetypes that could be at play, whether it's somebody catching a dose of karma or even karmic rewards. We'll have to see when we clarify it. But generally, this to me could be a card of rewards, especially when we have cards like the Star and the Three of Pentacles. Let's keep moving. In the center, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is a card of groups, right? It's not just two individuals here. So this could literally be a card that represents what you do for money, how you earn money, groups of people, co-workers, close friends sometimes. But to me, aside from those archetypes, this card is very diligent. It's a card of artistry. It's a card of mastery, like really dedicating yourself to something and putting in the work. Now, when we're talking about group settings, generally this card represents working well as a group. But sometimes there's someone that sticks out like a thorn in the side, especially when we're having the energy like we had last week. The clarifier will really tell us the tale with this card. So this could just be signifying someone in your circle when we get the clarifier, which once again is something we saw last week. Now, moving to the very back end, we have the Star card, beautiful card. It represents the zodiac sign of Aquarius. So if you're not connected to an Aquarius, that's totally cool. When I see this, it's a card of hope. The Star represents hope. It represents wish fulfillment. To me, this is a card of the future. It's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's what we work towards. This is a long-term goal sometimes. Just what you're working towards at the end. So when I see this, I possibly think of payoffs. So we have two cards that could represent something paying off for you in the end. The inverse of the Star could represent somebody who's quite gloomy, could represent somebody that is pessimistic. It could be someone that is feeling depressed and stuff like that. But we're not going to go that route just yet. I always say all cards have a positive and challenge attached to it. But generally, when I see the card, it could be wins and victories, right? It could be wishes coming true. So it could be very positive, especially when we have a card like the Seven of Pentacles and a diligent work-based type of card. So there is movement of energy. I want to dive deeper on all of it though, Taurus. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Interesting stuff, okay? Whether it's your personal situation or people. Let's see what's going on with Taurus, please. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Seven of Pentacles. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Taurus, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Seven of Pentacles time. Let's see what's up. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? Thank you. Okay, Page of Wands in reverse, huh? Okay, yeah, I'm getting this vibe that I had for you a few weeks ago too, that there is something that is already like set in stone coming towards you magnetically, which is, yeah, I feel like you had this 3 weeks ago and it is still standing here, that a lot of the Tauruses, there's all sorts of energies just beaming at you. Even if you don't see it, even if you don't feel it right now, this could be various people coming in. This could be various situations coming in. The Page of Wands could represent a fire sign, especially if it's in reverse. Hopefully you're not bumping heads with a fire sign here. It's a card of communication. It's a card of new. But when I see it under a card like the Seven of Pentacles, the fact that it's in reverse means that whatever this energy is, whether it is karma coming in for somebody, it's already been put into motion. So for some of you, this could represent somebody where karma is about to get served up to them in some way, where they're about to pay a karmic debt and it's already in motion, But for a lot of you, I do feel like there's energy just beaming at you, like we saw 3 weeks ago. Okay, people, things, like you're attracting things like a magnet. Okay, so just be discerning about who and what is coming towards you, because a lot of the Tauruses in this time are just very magnetic. Okay, it could be a lot of people, it could be a whole bunch of things that could be taking up your attention in this time. So I know that was a lot, that was very dense, but it could be big karmic energy as well. Not saying it's coming at you, but somebody could be paying that karmic debt. Let's keep moving. I don't want to get stuck up here too long. Let's see what's up with that Three of Pentacles. We'll see if we get any more of the karmic cards, but if energy's moving towards you, generally that's a positive thing. It all depends on how the rest of this turns out. Let's see why that Three of Pentacles is here. Thank you. Lovers in the upright, huh? Interesting. So we have a card of 3 on the top, we got 2 on the bottom. More Gemini energy. So for a lot of you, if you're connected to Gemini, it's showing up like double, because remember I said this is my oracle card of Gemini. Now we have the literal card of Gemini showing up here. Lovers is a very close interpersonal connection and bond. This could be someone that you work very closely with. You work well as a team, you work well together. That's a big vibe I'm picking up here. There's a really good combination of energy. I'm not picking up many hiccups just yet. The lovers, to me, if it's not a soul connection, a soul bond, it's very easy flowing, easygoing, angelic type of energy. So for some of you, this could be very beneficial in regards to money coming into your life, positive work situations coming into your life. So we're getting financial material gain here. Okay, in the first 2 here, there's a lot of material gain coming towards you. There's a lot of material gain coming here as well. But yeah, that can also be karmic as well, with the depending what's around it. So we are getting these big universal angelic energies showing up once again here with the lovers. Interesting stuff. I really want to get over to the star. I don't want to say waste, but I don't want to spend too much time here on the lovers. For some of you, if that hits, it hits. You know what we're talking about. So whether this is somebody that you just work very well, like peanut butter and jelly, this is a good amount of energy. Like it just works for some reason. But for a portion of you, this could be a huge increase in money or just something working out well for you. It could be a big win, especially the monetary. Let's see what's up with the star. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. Interesting. Lots of energy moving towards you, Taurus. So why is the star here? Thank you. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We have the King of Swords in the upright underneath this star. More air sign energy, huh? King of Swords is very stern, very straightforward, upfront, honest, shrewd. It's a plan. It's strategy based. So when I see it here, if this isn't speaking about an air sign connection, and we have it all over the place. Gemini is an air sign. Aquarius is an air sign. It's like we have all the air sign energy swirling around you guys at this time. So there could be various different air signs affecting you. But the King of Swords, to me, if it's not a person, what do we think of with kings in tarot? They control their respective suit. The King of Swords are all about the mind state, and it's all about communication. So under a card like this star, for a lot of you, I do see a plan coming to fruition. Okay, I do see a payoff in the end. This feels very positive to me. So if you have an idea of what you're manifesting, if you have a plan of action of where you're going and what you want to do, whether it is in relationships with the lovers, whether it is in work and monetary things, this, like, something could pay off for you in a massive way on the back end. Because remember, this is wish fulfillment. It's something down the road a little bit, but I'm getting that massive payoff type of energy, which is good, especially when we have karmic energies flowing around as well. But yeah, remember, this is a card, although serious and can be a little cold, it could be Spirit telling you to stick to the plan. Okay, if you don't have a plan, you got to make one, but you need to stick to the plan and be serious and determined about it. Okay, stick to your guns. If you say it, do it. And I know Tauruses don't have a problem with that. When a Taurus gives their word, or when a Taurus plans on doing something, 9 times out of 10, they're following through, no matter how long it takes. But let's go through and do a quick little recap here, Taurus. I know there's a lot of things happening. Only take what hits for you. If you kindly look in the box, a little bit of a grab bag here, nothing too treacherous like we were seeing last week. But in position number 1, we do have the 7 of Pentacles with the Page of Wands in reverse. The first thing it was making me feel is that there's a lot of energy moving magnetically towards the Taurus collective. Whether it's relationships, whether it's money, just lots of energies affecting you. So just prioritize your energy. Don't get burnt out in this time. But another thing I was picking up here is that somebody could have kicked the karmic wheels into motion already, that somebody might get served up a dose of karma and it's already in the works in some sort of way. Like they already did what they did, and it's like they're going to get what they're going to get. Moving to the center, we have the Three of Pentacles with the Lovers in the upright. Now, this felt much more positive here. The Three of Pentacles, that craftsmanship, that work, that group. So we have a card of groups, but a card of a very close connection. This to me feels like a person that could work very, very well with you, where it's just super easy flowing, peanut butter and jelly. Like I said, as an example, it feels very good. But for a portion of you, if you're not talking about romance or looking for anything in personal relationships, this is such a positive card that it is saying that a lot of you could have big material abundance coming in, like the blessings and just anything in regards to work and money is highly favored. Even personal relationships, there's various big wins and victories here. On the back end, we have the Star with the King of Swords in the upright. Stick to the plan. Stick to where you're going. Stick to what you want to gain, what you want to do. And if you follow the roadmap, you will get that payoff in the end, because that's just what this tells me. Like, you will achieve something. Something will pay off for you in a massive way in the end. Please take a screenshot of that. Beautiful, beautiful reading compared to last week as well. But yeah, let's see what's in the shadows for you. Shuffle it up one time for Taurus, please, my guides. What do we got in the shadows? And yes, my friends, whether it's something within yourself or whether it's something you don't see, I always like to pull a shadow card at the end. I feel like it's very introspective and a nice thing to do. Here it is. Thank you. Okay, yeah, we do have the Five of Cups. Somebody could be in the fields here, maybe even you. Like, even if we have all this positivity, it's okay. It's only natural. We have the River of Tears card showing up here. So the Five of Cups, the reason it is a shadow card, generally it is a challenge on its own, but the fact that it's in the shadows is somebody possibly trying to hide a sadness. So if that's not you, there could be someone you're very close to that is feeling something on the inside that they're really not trying to show to anybody else, or they're trying to say, no, everything's okay, everything's fine. Like, that's kind of the energy I'm picking up here. It's like, everything's fine, everything's okay, don't worry about me. But the Five of Cups, yeah, it doesn't have to be anything major. It could just be gloominess or just day-to-day mundane type of depression. But the River of Tears is a sadness that somebody is still holding on that needs to be worked through. That's the real thing we can glean from this. It's something that shouldn't be suppressed and not talked about. This is something that needs to have some light shined on it so it can be worked through. Even though there's good positivity in this week's reading, there's a little underlying issue that needs to be worked through. And that's okay, right? That's how life goes sometimes, but we're just going to leave it at that. I don't want to overcomplicate it, Taurus. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. For the August subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 3 winners for 3 different tarot decks. It will be a winner's choice this month. So if you want the Gilded Tarot, it's your choice. If you want the Witch's Tarot or anything under $40 US, 3 winners will be chosen. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments what you think is the best use for tarot. Speaking to spirit, shadow work, inner work, confusion. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, in August, I'll announce the winners of my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. I'll see you soon.